Dun it, dun it, dun 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 dun. No, I'm not doing a Jaws review. No, Jaws is overdone, you know. So yeah, I'm like trying to do like game movie, whatever. It's not working. It's taking me too long to play a couple games. I hate that. I hate when I think I'm going to finish up a game and there's like a twist and it's taking longer. Sucks. Well, what can you do? Right. So, what am I going to be talking about today? Because I don't have a game finished. My God! Run for the hills! I'm going to be talking about a movie called I Sell the Dead. IFC, which is like the independent film channel. This is like IFC Films, like which is kind of stupid because independent film channel films. I'm gonna say IFC production or something like that. I don't know. I Sell the Dead is a movie about two guys, Arthur and Willie, who it takes place. It looks like England. Sounds like England. I could be wrong, but yeah. These two guys basically are grave robbers, and what happens is that they're being accused of murder and robbing graves. And the whole thing takes part with the guy Arthur, who's talking to a guy by the name of Father Duffy, who basically wants to talk to him about his life. And so they're sitting there drinking whiskey, and he's talking about how he got into a life of grave robbing. And he goes, "Well, I'm innocent." The priest goes, "What do you mean you're innocent?" He goes, "Well, the grave robbing I'm not, but murder I've never killed anyone." And it's kind of like a horror comedy movie. Not so much horror as there is more comedy aspect of it. There is, scenes like where they're stealing dead bodies, and there's a hilarious scene at one point in the movie where they introduce this guy by the name of Cornelius Murphy, who's a grave robber who comes from a long family of grave robbers, and uh, they're robbing this grave, and they can't figure out for the life of them why the ground around this one grave is cold and frozen, but nothing else is. And it's funny if you ever watch it. I'm not going to give it a spoiler because it's just like one of those moments where you're like, oh my God, did they just do this? And you start laughing. And so the Father Duffy basically is talking to Arthur about his life, and he's asking questions about the trade, how he got into it. And he starts kind of steering him towards other stuff, which makes you think, why is he asking about this when there's no reason given? There is stuff that is not explained in the film, and I think that would have helped. Basically, one night they go to take this body. There's a doctor who they're employed by, and it's got like a stake through the heart, garlic around the neck. They can't figure out what's going on. So one of them pulls the stake out of the chest of the corpse, and it comes to life. It's undead. The thing that I don't understand is why they don't talk about like how the undead came to be. Um, like if it's a plague that you find out that there's more undead, and there's a lot of humor that's used in this film that's very subtle. And it's like there's just stuff where you're going, "What the hell's going on?" And something else happens. You're like, "Oh my God, that's like." There's a scene where they go to steal some bodies, and they open up a crate. There's a foot in it, just the foot, and they don't know what happened to the rest of it. And you see what happened later on. You're like, "Oh my God, I'm laughing my butt off." Um, I don't like to talk about actors and actresses normally in movies because to me it's kind of like whatever, that just another person they're doing this. Like there are a few people that I would say like it was a Mel Brooks film or whatever. I'd probably talk about it more because he has such a wonderful cast of characters that has in rotation. This is a movie that the only person I recognized was Ron Perlman. The guy who was in Beauty and the Beast from years ago, the TV show, more famous for Hellboy than anything else, I think, anymore. but he plays Father Duffy, and I don't know who the other guys. People were nobody I knew, nobody I'd paid attention to, and I'm not going to look it up because, like I said, Ron Perlman really gives a good performance. The guys who play Willie and Arthur definitely do really good at it. Their rule is, you don't kill anybody, you just go steal the body. You get your money, you're done. And Willie takes on another apprentice. It starts off like Arthur becomes an apprentice, and later on, they take on another apprentice who tries to get them to go on this job, and they don't want to do it. And it's understandable because you don't mess with the House of Murphy. And you find out why. It's a pretty good movie. It's about an hour and a half or so. It's well done. The costumes are well done. The acting, the terminology that they always use, they use is really great. From what I can pick up, uh, but yeah, it is wonderfully done. Some of the stuff you can definitely tell is like green screened, but you're not paying much attention to it as you are the actors and what they're doing. Like I said, the whole scene where the ground's frozen, that was funny. It was one of those things that you don't expect. Um, I would recommend checking it out. Uh, it was like in like the dollar bin at a dollar store, and I was just like, well, cheap ass movie, might as well get it because I found that cheap movies from dollar stores can be good. They can be if you find the right ones. There are production companies that you don't see screenings of their stuff in that, and you wonder why, and then you watch and you're like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense now. Overall, it is a good movie. It is worth watching. It's different. It's different to see somebody talking about that they're a grave robber and just the life that they led, what got them into doing it. I think that's really the interesting part. It's kind of silly in aspects. There's a couple things that, to be honest, I thought were kind of dumb or could have been easily explainable. One of the characters, there's a minor character by the name of Valentine who wears a mask, and they said she wears it because she's like hideously deformed underneath. And like she takes off her mask, and she's like got her back turned, but you don't see the face. The movie relies on makeup when they need to, for like how the undead look. It is nicely done. I will give it that. The makeup is nicely done for what they use. There's not a lot of special effects. There's not a lot of blood and guts. So that was a nice thing. You only see like a piece of somebody's body part like for a few seconds in one scene. But like I said, there's a few things that could have been explained, like how did the undead come to be? Is it like a Night of the Living Dead type scenario, whatever. Stuff like that. Stuff that could be easily explained. The end was silly. It started becoming a little predictable in parts to what was going on. My favorite line, the best line throughout the entire movie, is where Father Duffy says that he paid the executioner because what you find out is that Arthur is going to be executed by the guillotine. And they're having this conversation where the priest paid the executioner off so he could talk to him. He goes, well, we have 5 hours. You have to watch it because I don't want to ruin the line. That's one of the things I don't like to do. I don't like to talk about certain lines because I've had people do that, and it's just like over and over, which is why I can't watch Despicable Me ever again. Like I saw one part of it, like I lived with somebody who was like "Bah, bah, 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 bah," like a rat terrier almost, like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah," well, yappy dog type thing about like the movie in this one scene over and over, and it's like. But yeah, the funniest line in the movie comes from when Father Duffy's talking about paying off the guard for 5 hours to be able to talk to Arthur. It's done. A lot of it's done in flashback. I think about 10 or 15 minutes of the film is non-flashback. About, I would say. The nice thing is, they kind of leave it open for another possible movie, but you don't know. I didn't look to see when the movie was made, anything like that. You know, it's one of those, like I said, one of those dollar bin movies where you're like, okay, it looks interesting, I'll buy it. And since I don't have cable or IFC, I wasn't able to watch it. See if they ran it on there. IFC, the independent film channel, does run a lot of great stuff. Unfortunately, because it's basic cable, they can't include all the swearing and stuff you would like. So, yeah, they kind of have to tone that down a bit. It'd be nice though, you know. Whee! So definitely do check it out. It is a movie that is highly recommended. One quick thing before I end here is, like I said, you know, a couple of plot holes. But I think they were just trying to keep it under budget with the cast and everything, make effects and that. Um, the way they introduce some of the characters in is kind of, you know, but I think they're trying to keep it more period, more supernatural than anything else. Next week, I may not have the chance to film anything. I'm crossing my fingers that I'll be able to finish the game, so I can at least record that and upload it as needed. I don't know about the week after next, how things are going to go. I'm hoping at some point to have a few pre-recorded videos. If not, I may do like a couple topic videos. We'll wait and see just how things go. The next 3 weeks are going to be like kind of weird. So I will try to film as I can. It is maybe like posted at odd times or whatever, because I don't know what my schedules are going to be like after that for work. And I've got appointments coming up that I have to do. One's kind of like a last minute thing, so we'll wait and see. We're going to play this by ear probably until about the second week of September. Until the end of September, everything will be back to normal schedule. The first week of October is going to be a little bit odd, but then it'll go back for a little bit, you know, for a while, to being, you know, a semi-regular schedule like I tried to do. But yeah, just one of those things that, you know, you got to play it by ear. If things come out in October, well, you know, cross my fingers. You know, things might improve with the channel, so that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for, you know, the good things in October. You know, getting a camera for the channel, so I don't have to rely on the webcam. There's stuff I would like to do that I just can't do with the webcam, and I think a better camera would work. So yeah, we'll wait and see how that goes. But I just kind of give you a little bit of a mini update there. I don't want to go into a lot of detail. This is personal stuff that's going on. Nothing serious, anything like that. But if all works out in October, good to go, man. Things will definitely change. Yeah. But let's everybody hope that everything goes well in October, because trust me, if it does, if things go well in October, works good enough in my favor. What you see behind you, here, and when I am on the bed, that area may change. So yeah, let's call across our fingers, and if you believe in doing this or send good energy, please do, because I'm gonna need it for October, for that first week. So yeah, don't ask. I probably won't tell. If I do tell, it'll be a few select people, but that's about it. Just one of those things that I try to keep private, but hopefully everything turns out. So yeah, I would like for this to change, to be honest. Like, I would like to have bedroom separated from, you know, like, I like having my stuff in here. As you can see, the Millennium Falcon behind me, which is a snap, like I said, the past is a snap together, but, you know, whatever. I wish I had a, like, real authentic Millennium Falcon, like all the inserts in that. I had one as a kid, but I don't have all the inserts, so, you know how that goes. But yeah, so all of this could change. Everything. Like, I could have a separate bedroom from this. That's the hope. If things work out, that's the plan. Probably wouldn't be until next year, depending on how things go. So, yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? Nothing else. Um, Not a whole lot is going on otherwise. It's just playing everything by ear anymore. So I'll hopefully have that game finished, and I've talked long enough. So if you want, check out I Sell the Dud. Like I said, it's a comedy horror film. You know, it's not like there's very minimum profanity. There's not a whole lot of blood and guts. There's a couple of scenes that you question. One scene that I think they could have done without, maybe, but it was kind of like a character development. But the problem is, it wasn't a major character. So I'm like, why do you have character development for somebody that doesn't need it necessarily? That's what I was trying to remember. If you're an animal lover, please keep in mind that there is one scene of violence towards an animal. Two, but keep in mind you don't see anything because once again they keep it low blood and guts. One scene is disturbing, so I would not watch this with children in the room. Like one actual clip of the movie for like 3 minutes is 3-4 minutes is really disturbing to a point where I would not have a child in the room unless the child understood what they're seeing is fake. Just keep that in mind, please. I don't want anybody going, I watched this with my kid around and you should have warned me because, like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. I'm not going to be responsible for that crap. You know, when you watch a movie, you take responsibility for what you're watching and who watches it with you. That's all I'm going to say, guys. So I'm going to end it there. By the way, congrats to all the winners of Evo Hailers contest. You guys deserve your prizes. I don't know what Evo Hailer is giving away. So, but yeah, so congrats to the winners of that. Congrats to Vampire Mike for winning Corey Zamier's recent challenge. Sub video thingy majigger. Corey's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Corey Cash had a contest video. I need to move. Like, this is gonna be a ramble here at the end. Like, seriously, how do you, like, he was talking about getting some PS2s for a price, and I'm like sitting here going, like, why can't I find something around here? Like, some of the stuff that he talks about in his prices, I'm just like looking at Craigslist and you can't find them at garage sales. It's like, I'm lying about money so I can have my own. More money, rather. Alright, guys, I'm done for. I'm going to have to go crank up the fan. It's getting hot in here because the breeze ain't blowing. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Be good. Nah, don't be good. I'm not good, so I can't tell you guys to be good. Why does Mike tell us to be good? What if we want to be naughty, naughty, naughty little boys and girls?